Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'll be honest, when I first came across this one, I wasn't convinced, but after digging into hundreds of customer reviews, my opinion started to shift. So today we're getting into all of it, but before we do, there's an exclusive discount link sitting in the description and pinned in the first comment below. Now let's not delay any further and jump right into the details. So, this monitor has been a wild ride from unboxing to late night gaming. The build is solid as a rock. The stand goes together easily and feels really sturdy, with a good range of height and tilt. The rear light is a small touch, but it adds a bit of personality without being distracting, and you've got a few color options to play with. This monitor uses a white OLED panel, and it really shows in the blacks. In a bright room, you still get those inky shadows that make HDR stuff pop. It isn't as aggressively bright as the quantum dot OLED panels you see in some reviews, but the contrast is excellent and colors stay solid. A word of caution though, when you first power it on you might notice mild to moderate brightness unevenness or a bit of vertical banding. Don't freak out, mine settled after a few hours of normal use and a quick image cleaning cycle. No worries about text fringing either. It's essentially invisible. Text can look a touch soft, but disabling ClearType in Windows cleanly fixes that for everyday use. HDR content looks great, and you can tweak the peak brightness in the settings if you feel it's dim. The blacks stay true, so you don't lose the punch you expect from OLED. Do keep in mind that when you have very bright elements filling large portions of the screen, you'll see a bit of global dimming. That's just how OLED behaves with bright scenes. The matte coating is where this gets interesting. It is somewhat grainy, which you notice more with static bright pages and off-white tones, but at normal viewing distances it's barely noticeable. It's a trade-off I'm willing to make because the matte finish cuts reflections so well. In other lighting, it's much easier on the eyes. If you're picky about the look, dark mode helps and makes the grain less conspicuous. And then there's the beast of a specification side. This is a 32-inch display, capable of 4K at a blistering 240Hz, with a 480Hz option at 1080p, and a sub-03 millisecond response time. It's genuinely impressive for gaming, and it feels almost unreal in fast shooters or racing sims. You also get a USB Type-C port that can power a laptop, and in my experience it even runs full 4K at 240Hz on a MacBook Pro, which felt insane the first time I tried it. The little snag in my setup came from a hiccup with my motherboard and BIOS settings. I initially thought it was due. I tried HDMI, DisplayPort, and USB Type-C, but the monitor kept saying no signal. It turned out MSI fast boot in the BIOS was preventing the system from waking the monitor. Turning that off did the trick, and suddenly, this is a beautiful display that plays nicely with a setup that isn't cutting edge, but still feels future-proof, with an i5 12600K and a RTX 3080. I'm seeing around 100 frames per second in many games, which is plenty smooth for me. HDR in games could be finicky, sometimes unplayable, but I'd rather have the option and not use it all the time. If you're weighing OLED options and you don't mind the matte texture and a few setup quirks, this is one of the better choices you'll find for 4K gaming. It's on sale fairly often, so if you catch it around $800 to $900, you're getting a heck of a deal.
Appreciate you watching. If this video helped, like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts below. See you soon.